the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world, good world gone bad, where we stumble around trying to find or be found in a good world gone bad. A turn on the news, a sad state of affairs. Half the people dying while the rest of us are split in halves. It's a good world gone bad. Believe what I say, we're all gonna pay for a good world gone bad. Everyone's tuned to the same frequency. WITFM, what's in this for me? It's a good world. Oh yes, a good world gone bad. We're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad. We're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad. You know we're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Tyler, what's up, my man? Tornado, Terry Turner, what's up? Craig, what's up? Eric, what's up? Woo! Man, how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing well? Yeah, screw you, Craig. Get out of here. Land shark picker. There's no such thing as a land shark. And Triple T, yes, you got 60 push-ups. Tyler said so. You were late. Yes, I'm featuring that action figure. The stream, it's Jason Static and the Ultimate Warrior on stream. There we go. I'm only the trainee that comes in here. I'm the only trainee that comes in here. I think I don't deserve to do 50 push-ups yet, because I'm redeeming myself. Well, okay. Let's hold on there, Triple T. There's still a lot that you've done over the last 6-7 months that was very not redeeming. So you've got a lot to work up to. So you're still sitting at the 50 push-ups. Well, I mean, I got a lot here. Do you want Alexa Bliss in the picture too? There we go. What about Kurt Angle? What about Chris Jericho? Is that okay? Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't know anything that's happening. I haven't read anything. I'm not going to speculate because I don't know. Because I don't care to read any of that stuff. I want to talk positively about wrestling, not negatively. I want to lift wrestling up, not tear it down. If you want to talk about that stuff elsewhere or in the chat with each other, be my guest to talk about it in the chat if you want, but I'm not going to talk about it in here. Man, action figures are so wild sometimes, man. Like the pricing of them and whatnot.
Everyone's tuned to the same frequency. WIDFM, what's in this for me? It's a good world.
Yeah, Triple T with your sass and no displaying figures in here. Maybe I should post it up there. Yeah, they are. Some are fairly priced. Yeah, like it's wild. Like it's almost it's wild because the reason I say it's wild is because like when you're looking at prices, and this is one of the reasons why I sometimes I don't like looking on eBay for prices, is the fluctuation of the prices is so ridiculous. Like here, I'm actually showing you. I'll show you. Ended recently. All right. Okay, so here's that figure right here. It's $13.99 in box. Okay, cool. As of January 24th, Okay, cool. Then it's 14, not in a box. It's loose. $14.99 here. So if it's in box, like, this is the ridiculous part. Is okay, loose figure with all the parts, $14.99. In box, $13.99. $17.99. Roughly, probably 12 or so, maybe. $17.99. $14.99. $17.99. $16.99. Yeah. See, this is why I don't understand the pricing sometimes. I don't understand the pricing. I'm thinking of writing down some promos I should do and show you them when we meet back up again. I don't know if I should or should not. Well, maybe you should do what Dito does and shoot the promo, write the promo down, then shoot it and send it to our group chat. But Tyler, you are kind of right about the Warrior stuff. Like, I do have a big collection of stuff. Well, I wouldn't say a big collection. I would say a fairly small collection of Warrior stuff. But seeing that since I'm going to be opening the gym, and what many people don't know, like I think I might have told you, Tyler, is that part of the new building is actually going to be dedicated to the collectibles realm of pro wrestling and mixed martial arts and karate and all of that stuff. So because that's why it's called Fight Club Academy. You could get books there and movies and collectibles and all kinds of other cool and gnarly stuff like this here. Boom. Danny Boy. And I'm figuring out the Triple T accent. I've gotten a deeper growling voice like Ripster. So I didn't choose that because that's what I view a Triple T would sound like. Well, I wouldn't do a voice. I would do it until you get used to being able to talk. Then don't use an accent until you get used to talking. If you're not used to talking, then don't do the accent, because then that's only going to confuse you. What you got to learn how to do is talk, enunciate, being able to have certain tics about how you say certain things. Have a certain cadence when you talk.
Everyone's tuned to the same frequency. WITFM, what's in this for me? It's a good world. Oh yes, good will come back. We're all to blame, 'cause we all walk the same. Good world gone bad.
That's, like, for pricing and stuff like that, like, I have a roundabout idea. Like, if I buy something, then I have a roundabout idea of where I can sell it at, unless it's something like wild. You know what I mean? But like, I really do try to price everything that I buy fairly. You know what I mean? Because I would much rather it sell than for it to just sit and sit and sit and sit and sit. If that makes sense. WrestleMania Series 9.
Where we stumble around, trying to find or be found in a good world gone bad.
Frick.
Turn on the news, a sad
Man, that's not even fair.
half the people dying while the rest
Yeah, I've seen that you've been eating a little bit better, so that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you're eating better.
believe what I say. We're all gonna pay for a good
I am glad that you've been eating better, because that's something that we've been fighting about for a while now. That's something we've been fighting about for a while, and I'm glad that you're finally eating better. And that's something that I need to start doing too. So, you know, but there's a difference between me being me doing it and then you doing it. But then again, you know, like, I need to start getting my shit in gear. If I want to do full-time training and shit like that, like, I've got to get my shit in gear too. You know, so I get it. Good, that's good. That's good. Every Wednesday I'm planning on working out with Dito at the weight room at the school. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I hope he does good. I hope he does good. I think he will. I think he'll do good. How'd you like his promo, Ty? Did you like his promo? Did you like how it was filmed too? Yeah, Triple T. We're gonna do those sheets of paper still back. We're gonna do those sheets again. Yeah, we're gonna do those. We're gonna do those again. That's good. That's good. Did you like how it was shot? Because I was the one that shot that. I'm the one that shot and edited it. Nice. Good. That's what I was going for. I was going for it looking good. So I got a big list of names that I made a post the other day about the podcast. Triple H. Buff Triple T will be a hit. Shaft's gonna have a match? Where at? At IWA? At IWAU? Oh, okay. NGW, okay, against Playboy Double H. What do you mean plans for the gym? Is there any ideas? Yeah, I got all kinds of ideas for the gym. Like what are you talking about? Like, what kind of idea do you want to know? Like, how we're gonna train, or what? Is that what you mean? like how we're gonna be training. Because that's like I can't get into all that. Like that's different. What type of stuff? Like you're gonna do the normal basic training. Like you're gonna do the basic training. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can find something. We are going to boom. There you go. Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. conditioning. 8 p.m. to 10 open gym. That means guys who are trained can practice shit, work on ideas, concepts and shit like that they want to work on. Tuesday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. conditioning class. 6 to 7 p.m. grappling class. 7 to 8 p.m. advanced training. 8 to 10 p.m. fundamentals. Fundamentals would be where you're at. Advanced training would be where Rixer and Reinar and Eagle Eye and Dito are. Wednesdays, conditioning, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tape study, character development. That's where we work on character, promo skills, entrance skills, sit down interview type stuff where you got to learn how to do that, carry yourself in front of a camera type shit. Thursday is the same as Tuesday. Friday is the same as Monday. That's the idea so far. Things might change down the road depending on no. For those days, like character development type stuff, when you get further in the fundamental areas and into the advanced training, that's when you're going to start working on entrances and shit like that. Like, we're not going to do it the exact same way that we did it at DAC. There's no way. Not going to happen. It's going to be a lot harder. A lot harder than what DAC was. Side. Hey, Tyler, are you going to be going to that show? That NGW? Oh, you do security at that show. Okay. I didn't know that you go to that show too. I thought you only went to IWAU. Okay. That's cool. That is cool. I like indie shows because they're more interactive with the crowds than bigger companies. Yeah. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they're not, though. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they aren't. I mean, I get why. Bigger companies might not be, because they are doing, most of the time they're doing television shows. But if you go to like a house show, like a WWE house show, the house shows are pretty interactive sometimes. Survivor Series TTL SmackDown. I do a lot of stuff. Depending if it's other camera work or security. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool. That's cool. Can't wait for the gym, honestly. I think this is going to be worth it all. I hope so. I hope it's worth it. It's going to be hard to tell, man. It's going to be hard to tell. Until we actually get into the space. It's definitely going to be different, man. It's definitely going to be different. I can't wait for Triple T to start helping out at his local indies. Yeah, I can't wait for Triple T to start helping out anywhere. I just hope Triple T works with the crowd, because I actually love this character that I have so far. Okay. I mean, we'll see. We will see. No, no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Yeah, yep. Yep, he's not allowed to help out at any places yet. What the fuck is this? I'm gonna have to mute this motherfucker. Mute that shit for 1 fucking hour. You tell Jason you want to put up chairs at some shows. Motherfucker's got to be able to get. He's got to pay for his own way, man. I can't pay for him. He's got to have the money to get to the shows. I can't pay for everybody. Kurgan. Ah, see? There we go. You were kicked out of the chat once, Triple T. Remember how you said you have redeemable stuff that you still have yet to be redeemed? Tyler, I wish. I wish, Tyler. It'd be a lot easier to do. It'd be a lot easier to do all of this shit if I was. It'd be a lot easier to do this gym and this building stuff and store stuff if I was. It'd be a hell of a lot easier. But, you know, I'm not gonna complain about my place in life. You know, I'm alive. I'm breathing. So, you know, what do I really have to complain about? Triple H. You seen that Warrior that Ultimate Warrior mural that was on the on my Facebook page. Yeah, that's yeah. See, I would love to do something like that at the new place for for the guys that I like. You know what I mean? Like I would definitely have to have I would definitely have to have a warrior on there. I would definitely have to have a Muda on there. There's a handful of other people that I could probably put on there too. But yeah, that's yeah, I would definitely like to be able to do something like that. I think it would be cool. Did I know that Paul Bearer was LA Knight's manager at one time? I did not know that. That's interesting. CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. Why CM Punk? Big wrestling news this week. If it's the Vince McMahon stuff, no, I haven't covered it. No, I'm not going to talk about it. No, I haven't looked at it. I don't care about drama. I don't care about this ain't offense to you. I don't care about the drama. I don't care about the negative stuff of wrestling. If you want to talk wrestling, we can talk about the positive stuff in wrestling. There's so many other people that talk about the shitty part of it. There's too many of those people out there, but not enough people sitting there talking about the positive side, the positive things of wrestling. But next, yeah, the Netflix thing, that's kind of cool. I like someone who ain't afraid to speak their mind, and it's hard to change my mind. Oh, I definitely know it's hard to change your mind. Yeah, I believe the Netflix thing is good. I might actually be able to start watching Raw if it's on Netflix because I actually got Netflix. So if that's one of the things, if that does help happen eventually down the road, like because I don't have cable TV, so I can't watch any of the stuff on TV. I have YouTube and I have Netflix and Amazon Prime. That's it. And I'm not buying any other things. Like, if it's not on those three, they're not going to do live events on NX or Netflix. They're going to do the live events and shit like that. That's all going to be on Peacock still. WWE has always been story driven. Yeah, WWE's always been story driven. Maybe it'll be more story driven. Yeah, man, I don't know. Wrestling, Wes, stop, stop. Wrestling, since the beginning of time, has always been geared towards children. Always. WWE has been episodic television for 30 plus years now. It's been an episodic. It's the longest running episodic TV show in the history of TV. I think that's right. Okay. That would be cool, Tyler. If they can do live content, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. If they could do live content. But it's always been geared towards kids. It's always been geared towards kids. I mean, God forbid, like back in the Gap, they had fucking the gobbledygooker, a clown, an Indian, like some of the characters, Hulk Hogan, for gosh sakes. He was geared towards kids, Hulk Hogan. And that's he came back. He came in the 80s. It's always been geared toward kids. Always. Always. Even during the Attitude Era, where it got really raunchy and everything, that was geared towards kids too. The reason it's different for you now is because you're a 40-year-old man. That's why you feel differently about it. Is because you remember what it was like when you were a kid. Of course, WWE. All wrestling could be better. Nobody has perfect 100%. Nobody's perfect 100% of the time. Obviously, some stories in wrestling are just crappy stories. Some stories are great. Some stories are bad. That's one of the things that I'm not railing on you, but like that's one of the things that bothers me about people when they talk about wrestling. It's just like you can't expect. Okay, you got a 3-hour TV show, right? 3 hours. You can't expect every single bit of that 3 hours to be 100% perfect. It's impossible. There's no TV show in the history of TV shows or in the history of movies where everything has been absolutely perfect 100%. Yeah. It was easier back then. Shit was easier to do back then. You're smarter now. You're smarter nowadays than what you were when you were 13 watching wrestling. You know what I mean? So like to that would be like going, "Oh, well, but I do agree. Make me sit and watch the whole of 2 hours." But that's hard. That's hard because like I said, you know. Oh, I don't care to sit there through whole shows. I Most of the time. But it's not because I don't care for it or I don't like it. There might be some of the stuff that I don't like, yeah. Some of the stuff that I think is kind of goofy maybe. But it's like it's different than what it was like back in the gap whenever I was a teenager, when I was a young preteen teenager. Like I would sit there the whole time because it was just mesmerizing to me, the whole thing. But now that I'm older and I'm a 40-year-old man, I look at wrestling different. I don't look at wrestling the same as I did back then. So it's harder for me to sit there for 3 hours, mainly because I've got so much other shit I've got to do, that it's hard for me to sit there for 3 hours and watch something. And pay attention to it 100%. Like, that's hard. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. But that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. Exactly what you said right there, bro. It's like playing video games. I can't do it anymore. It's dumb to me. I would rather be listing on eBay. Yeah. That's exactly that's my point. That's my frame of reference. Even even if it was 100% perfect the whole entire time, that's going to be the answer right there for you. It's going to be it's dumb to you. You'd rather be doing other stuff. Not because it doesn't keep your interest or because parts of it are dumb. It's that you're older now. You've grown up. It's not as mesmerizing to you anymore. The closest show that gets to it to me in WWE is usually NXT. Yes. And you'd still bitch. I mean, there's still stuff that I bitch about. I still bitch about certain shit. But I do all that bitching in private. You know what I mean? Rad Relics, what's up, my man? Rad Relics, what's up, brother? What's going on, Rad Relics? How you doing? What's going on over in the world of Rad Relics, brother? Yeah. Watch what you like. Watch what you like and zone out the rest until it interests you. You know, that's the easiest way to watch anything. That's the easiest way to watch anything, Tyler. Hell, the same goes for YouTube and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, watch what you like, zone out the rest. Like, I don't expect people to sit here and watch. Like, if this stream goes 3 hours, I don't expect people to sit here and watch 3 hours of streams. Does it happen sometimes? Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, I don't watch any wrestling anymore besides clips. Yeah. I watch a lot of I watch a lot of clips. John, you're the only one. You're the only one that does that. I mean, God forbid, your first word when you came in here was penis. So you want to talk about gay stuff. Gay porn. You're the first person to come in here and talk about penis. Not one other person that has been in here talking about penis. Just you. Punk and Cody has me wanting to watch Saturday just based off fantasy in my head. Yeah. It's not my favorite word. That's your favorite word. That's yours and Shane's favorite word. I have proof of that being your favorite word. Our group chat, every time your first word in the group chat is penis. Shane's first word in the group chat whenever he talks is penis. All the time. You want to see how many times we can say penis? See, Tyler, this is what I was talking about earlier. About the pricing structures on stuff. $13.99, $25, $17. All within a week of each other. Yeah, like, this is what I was talking about, how, like, sometimes I don't understand the pricing structure that people price stuff at. Like, I don't get it. Like, prices, especially in collectibles, don't fall and raise that quickly in a matter of 2-3 weeks. Like, what did this person buy this one here at? What did this person here buy theirs at? What did this person here buy theirs at? Cheap people making half price offers on eBay. Okay. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about those 3 particular listings right there? Like, if you had that item right there, what would you list that at? Wes, you're a reseller. John, you're a reseller. If you had that particular item, what would you list that item at? The higher end or the lower end? Or the mid-range? Say you paid $650 for it. What would you list it at? Trending rate minus 10%. Okay. Well, there's only 3 sold. There's only 3 of those sold on eBay in the last 3 weeks. But there's a litany already listed on there. So we got... There's a litany of them listed already. But only 3 of them sold. Like, this guy's way out of the ballpark. Way out of the ballpark. Like, that's not a legit one right there. Okay, I'm listing 20% higher than sold and running daily 30% sales. Okay, so let's use this as that figure as a frame of reference, okay? If the high side sell, like, so would you go 20% higher than the top sold, or 20% higher than the median or the low end sold? And then would your 30% would drop you down into the mid range, right? So like if you bought that figure for $650, you would end up selling it for the 17, right? You'd be listing it at the 25, but sell it at the 17. Is that what? Am I understanding that right? What's up, Adam Sandler? How you doing? I don't know if that's expensive or cheap. All right, John, I'll drop the link to you. Give me 1 second. Check the group chat. Check the group chat, John. Wes. Okay, but because I have a store and those comps are wacky, I checked Terapeak 3 years, base my price from there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Johnny Johnson, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, I'm here. Where's that echo from?
I'm not sure.
I don't have it pulled up anymore, I don't think.
Sounds like it's coming through your side, maybe.
That don't make sense.
Click out and click back in. It could just be the camera, maybe. Maybe you caught a wrong the wrong mic.
Yeah, let me set my audio to. No, it's Blue Snowball.
Huh.
What the fuck? Testing.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, Terry, that's what your audio sounds like, Terry Turner. When you get up on here, that's what your audio sounds like. Yeah. Okay, so Wes, what's Terapeak? I don't know what Terapeak is. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, that's better.
It's still echoing on my end.
Not on my end.
I have no idea. Are you mocking me?
I'm not mocking you.
No. I'm mocking me. Shut up. Shut up, John.
Wes,
Hold
what's
on.
up, man?
What's up, bro? I was making sure I had it paused. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's Terapeak?
All right, so Terapeak is like a third-party platform that is now through eBay. As long as you have an eBay store, it'll give you 3 years of past comps, solds, whatever.
Okay.
But based off of that item, because the prices are kind of all over the place, and I didn't see how many were listed. There was a lot, though.
Yeah, there was like 10 listed.
I probably want to be towards that lower end price because I think it'll sell faster that way.
The third, so you'd be, so like if you based your listing off of those, you would list it at 25, but then take the 30%, which would drop it down to like that $13.99.
Yeah, I wish I had a fast way of doing that in my head, but I don't. I'm kind of right now. I'm doing a lot of cross listing, so it's kind of complicating my system a little bit.
Right.
I want to have like a system where it works for all sides. That makes sense.
Testing.
Here you go.
When I mute my mic, it's still echoing.
Okay, yeah, mute yours.
Is it echoing now?
You mute your mic, Static. Can you hear me? Yeah, there's no echo now. It's Jason Static, Echo Boy. We call him Flipper. He uses echolocation to find his victims.
But based off of what you have on here, Static, most people that are going to quickly list and not really give it much thought are going to price that lower end. And then you're going to have people mid-tier and then higher, whatever. But if I'm trying to get a fast sell, which most of my stuff I don't care about, I'm just trying to get money, quick nickel, I'm pricing to the low. Unless it's something like special that has a whole lot of solds and not very many listings.
Okay. Is the echo gone?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just had to turn off my turn on my echo cancellation. I figured out that if I have on echo cancellation, I can't play audio. Like if I was to pull up a video and play it, I wouldn't be able to pull up the video, or I would be able to pull up the video, but I wouldn't be able to. The people wouldn't be able to hear it. I don't know why, but that's what it is. But yeah. So I mean, that's what I was. That's why I was just trying to. I was talking about it before you guys popped in or jumped in the chat. Is like sometimes on eBay the pricing is so far out of whack.
Yeah.
That it's hard. It's like, okay, like I know what I paid for it, so what do I actually list it at? Like, if you have a $30 difference between the prices that are or not a 30, but like if you have a 10 to 15 to $20 difference between your prices, like
I think we need to have a pants off dance off.
Hands off, dance off.
no, John, I think we need to. I think we need to.
Oh my god!
I think we need to take your camera away from you. If you're gonna start taking your pants off,
I think John's been too long today. He's a little bored.
I've been working. I've been getting that money. I was here doing my auction pickup today.
yeah.
And
How'd that go?
pretty damn good. Look at all that.
Nice. Daddy big bucks.
They call me Daddy Big Dick.
Daddy big.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You want to talk about Gabe Horn? Like, you're the one that has the penis on the brain.
That's messed up.
I just don't get it.
We gotta be good because you got Triple T in the chat, and he's an impressionable young man, and we want him to always love Jesus with his heart.
Right.
He keeps hanging out with a bunch of wrestling heathens. He'll be indoctrinated soon enough in the world of ring rats and.
That's why I keep them away from wrestling shows.
Keep them away from the ring rat riffraff. I said that would make before I knew what a ring rat was, I was talking to my buddy and I go, that would make an awesome name for like a podcast, the Ring Rats. And he told me what it meant. And I'm like, so that would not make a really good name for a podcast.
Actually, I mean, it really would, to be honest, like, because the irony, you know what I mean? Like, it would be funny just because of the irony of it.
Right.
Maybe not currently, but yeah.
That's a static color right there.
What is that?
Cool.
It's a Galaxy, it's a 1966 Ford Fairlane 500 XL.
Oh, okay. That's a nice ride.
Yeah, it's a static car. I am a minor. Don't take off your pants. I'll leave the underwear on. It's no different than wrestling. I mean, those guys are essentially, touching each other in their underwear.
Yeah, that's a little weird, John.
It is what it is, man. Hey, whenever you've got a guy up here on your face like this and you're getting ready to like slam him, like his junk's right in your face. Like, is there here's the question: is there like a rule in wrestling that says you like what would you call a guy who like didn't shower and like you had to wrestle him? Like, what would you call that guy? Like, what do you guys do to that guy who's maybe a little bit not clean?
We talk shit about him. Talk shit about him. Tell me. inconspicuously tell him to fucking shower.
Like, I think I would probably just come
I'd be
straight
like-
out, like, bro.
I'd be like, man. I'd be like, man, that match stunk.
I'd be like, bro, if I can smell your balls, like, there's a problem. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I would probably be upset if I had to wrestle a guy that had, like, stinky, like a big dude that had stinky crevices. I'd tell him. I would start shooting on him. Like, seriously, would just start beating the fuck out of him in the middle of the ring. And hopefully he wasn't tough.
You mean
Hopefully I was tougher than him.
You mean you wouldn't like the stink face from Rikishi?
No, but he's probably, probably a pretty clean dude to do that because,
He had to have been, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
There was actually, I don't remember who. I actually seen a video, or not a video, but
Terry
Maybe-
wants to know what a ring rat is. You got to tell him, Static?
no,
It's
I'm not.
just a girl that really, really likes wrestlers. That's all it is.
Or a guy.
Or a guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2024. It happens.
But yeah. It's
Yes, Terry. But it doesn't mean that they're going to get what they want. It just means that they're a little too happy to be around these people in the ring. He's like,
But no, like I heard a story. I don't remember who. I don't
You need
remember the
that?
interview. I don't
Let's have a
remember who.
party. Sorry.
I don't remember who did the interview, but somebody talked about Rikishi doing the stink face,
Uh-huh.
and he said somebody made the joke about Rikishi being stinky, potentially, like making it a joke, like, "Oh, was Rikishi stinky?" And the person was like, "No, surprisingly not. Like, I would stick my nose there all day long
Oh my
because
God.
it was surprisingly clean."
What the fuck?
I was just like, "What?"
Oh,
Like, I don't
man.
remember who said it, but I remember seeing an interview about that.
Caught
Yeah,
you off
there's
guard.
no way I would willingly stick my nose in any man's crevices. But I can tell you that during the summertime, I frequently shower in the summertime because what my grandma used to call your groins. She'd say, "Go wash them groins, boy. They're gonna stink." And then so I couldn't imagine. And I'm a bigger dude, but like I'm not like obese, like huge. Like I couldn't imagine what some of them, as my grandma would say, them groins would smell like up on you.
Triple T, your ass is gonna get kicked if you keep mouthing off like that.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I'm specifically gonna tell Dito when you guys work out next Wednesday to kick your ass in that workout.
Uh-oh. You're in trouble now, Tornado Boy.
Tornado Boy. Is that his name? Tornado Boy?
He needs
Yeah.
to be called you know what would be a better name for him? The Goomba.
Why is the Goomba?
It'd just be a better name. It just fits his personality.
The Riri. Do it, I'll probably lose weight faster.
How long has he been training?
Couple of months.
Right on.
But I mean, up until we ended up losing the building, so
Yeah. That's cool.
You know how you lose weight real quick, Terry? You don't eat. Not like
Poor kid, that. Oh, God.
get you one of those what you call it
eating disorders.
Yeah, get you one of those eating disorders.
You're going to be one of those anorexic wrestlers, huh? Man.
No, the best way to hit it is just the best thing you could do for your body is to lift weights every day. Lift weights every day. If you want to get big and in shape, lift weights. That's, I mean, if I could go back,
lift weights and eat protein.
yeah.
I'm gonna like.
When you get 18, start eating that ass.
Is
When
that
I was his age, I hung out with older guys, and that's where I learned all. You want to know why I'm so weird? Is because I was 12 years old hanging out with a 22-year-old guy at the auction, and he treated me like I was a 22-year-old guy. like I'm like, it was bad. That's
Yeah.
why I'm so-
But I guess we like you, John.
Oh, I
guess-
don't give.
I guess we like you for that reason.
Right. But like, as my buddy Jeff, we had all kinds of fun. I was like 14 years old. He was 24, and we'd go down to Cape, me, him, and my Bobo, the one that dates all the young girls. We'd go to like Cape down there and go shopping and go to card shows and all kinds of stuff. We had good times.
Yeah, now you don't have good times. Now you just sit in a chat room and
I have good times. But it would be really weird. Like, I'm 44, so like I can't, like, I'm not going to be friends with anyone underage in this day and age. Like, I'm not like, would never have the kind of relationship with even at 24, 22, like that they had with us, because we did whatever we wanted. And
right.
I mean, we were out doing, like Bobo, went over to Jeff's house and they had a party, and they didn't party a lot, but everyone was drinking and he was there actually just taking care of everyone. He was a 14-year-old kid. Everyone's puking and he's like cleaning puke up and taking care of everyone. I'm like, I'm glad I missed that night. I don't like puke.
Yeah.
The tough Terry Turner. Puke, another way to lose weight. No, it ain't. You don't want to do that. That'll mess up your esophagus and stuff. Yeah. Just watch what you eat. Eat a lot of protein. And find foods that are like watermelon. You can eat like a pound of watermelon is 150 calories. So if you're the kind of guy that likes to sit around and eat, then just get watermelon. You can eat that, and it's very mushrooms, yeah. But better yet, every time you get hungry, get a weight bar and go do go do some sets when you're hungry, and then work out before you eat. Do some reps, get your metabolism up, and then when you eat, your body just is burning. It just becomes an oven.
Yeah.
Get on YouTube and learn some stuff, man. Like the YouTube, like, you're so freaking lucky at your age. Like, the internet's not just Pornhub, so you can look other things up. Like, if you like want to know something, like, literally get on YouTube and be like, how can I maintain a good, healthy weight? And you'll get all kinds of good information.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, I understand how I was a little chunky whenever I was in high school, but like now it's more accepted. Like, it's more about your personality. So that would be the first thing I'd work on. If you got a shitty personality, is fix that, and then work on the weight. And then, like, because if you're ever going to make it in wrestling, you got to have a good personality.
Yeah, you better have that personality.
Unless you're a heel, but you don't seem like you're going to be a heel. You don't seem like you've got the heel gene in you.
How old is he?
He's what, 16, 17?
Yeah, 16, 17.
He's about
awesome.
he's my son's age. And he's
Keep
about,
at it,
I've seen of him, he's about like my boy, so he's okay.
Yeah. Keep at it, man. That's awesome. You're young and you're aiming towards major goals. Be proud of yourself. Keep going.
Yeah. See, that's what we're trying to do here. Be pictures of positivity instead of just so much negative in the world already.
There's plenty of that negative shit.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying, like, you know, like how uh, Terry Turner, he was talking about the Vince stuff earlier. I was like, I'm not going to talk about that. Like, I don't care to. You know, like, who cares? You know.
Yeah. My childhood comes back when I hear shit like that. Like
A bunch of wild stuff came out about Vince.
yeah.
I only seen a couple of things, and that was on Facebook. And
Vince McMahon.
yeah,
You want to know the best thing? I'm not saying what he's being accused of is good. I have daughters, so it's not. But this is America. You're innocent until proven guilty, right? So I don't think it's a fair topic to even talk about.
Who'd have figured that Vince McMahon was wild?
right. Like,
Kind of crazy.
yeah.
Like I don't.
Like,
I
who
don't.
would
I don't
who would have
care what-
thought?
We allowed to talk about any current affairs?
I mean, what do you want to talk about?
Texas.
Oh, with Texas being going against the government and everything.
All these states jumping on supporting Texas.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty
we
crazy.
can talk about. I'll talk about anything. You know me, dude. I just
I've been kind of going down that rabbit hole today, and it's a little
pertaining to wrestling. I don't want to talk negative about it, like because there's already so many people that talks negative about it. That's my only thing. I don't care to talk negative about wrestling anymore because
right.
you know, I actually want to try to do something different. You know.
At the end of the day, it's people that are a lot of livelihoods are made from wrestling, and they don't book the shows. They don't decide.
Yeah.
I get it. You don't want to shit on the product. I get it.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on any of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
God bless Texas.
But as for the Texas thing, like, it's about time. Like, it is a states' rights thing. Like the state does have the right to fucking
defend its borders.
Defend its borders. You know what I mean? And anybody who says elsewise is, messed up.
I took an oath to this Constitution, and I took it serious, foreign and domestic. I think that's something that a lot of people forget. We got a lot of domestic enemies wanting to get rid of our Constitution.
Yeah. That's a nice car.
One thing I find kind of weird about the Texas thing, though, is the last 3 years, while this administration's been in office, I'm trying to watch what I say here. They've sat there and let it happen, and now it's an election year, and now it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Wag the tail wags the dog. What are they? Because the governor of Texas is he's not exactly the guy that you would think is going to be the guy leading the charge on this.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, to me, it kind of puts like, those spidey senses or whatever. It kind of makes me like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It makes you tingle
a little bit.
Well, if you notice, Wes, everything's always ignored until it's an election year.
Yeah.
And then everything's the most important.
That's how you get things taken care of.
Yeah.
That's how they get things taken care of. Like, oh, it's an election year. Let's draw this to the forefront, and then it becomes an election issue because it doesn't matter. I say we should normalize, like when your politicians doesn't do what the people want them to do. We should normalize voting, not voting them out of office, but like removing them from office, like impeaching them, or whatever you would call that.
I had one of the videos that I did years ago during the COVID era is like, I did a video and I was like, if your politicians have been in office for 25, 30, 40, 50 years, and every single time that they come up and elect in their election cycle, and they're still talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
If they're running on the same shit every 4 years, I'm sorry, but it doesn't take 50 years to get something done.
It does in Washington D.C. Look at online poker. That's something that affected me.
Well, I mean, it takes it takes it that long
Yeah.
because they're drawing it out because they can use it. They
Yeah.
don't want to ever fix anything.
No.
If they fix things, they wouldn't have jobs.
Yeah.
Well,
Look
what they do is that they don't want to make laws. What they're trying to do, and the Democrats have been really good at this, they've been trying to legislate from the judicial branch of the government. They've been putting judges in place that share their political views, and that way the judge can set judicial precedent so they can say,
Right.
see, because we're ruling, the whole government's being ruled by the bench. That's why the Supreme Court. You know what? It doesn't fucking matter if the fucking it doesn't matter if the Supreme Court says that Texas can't have razor wire on their border. And you know what I would like to tell the justices? Send your fucking army. Where's your army? You want to set up there in your black robes and talk shit? Where's your army? Send it. You can't send the United States military. So I guess the Supreme Court needs to raise their own army. And then you know what?
Don't give them ideas.
They can
Well,
send them. No, give them ideas. You know how close? I think they want us to have a civil war.
John, the funniest thing about that is one of the funniest things about that is they say Texas can't put up razor wire, but when DC was attacked, they put up razor. They put up razor wire with fucking gun turrets.
Right. Could you imagine?
They put up fucking machine gun turrets and razor wire, but they say Texas is not allowed to.
Could you imagine if you put up machine gun turrets and razor wire on the southern border? Okay. You know how you solve the problem. And I'm sorry, Wesley. I know you're my Chicano buddy, but
I'm not Chicano, but whatever.
I'm just messing with you. The solution is if you come to the United States illegally, you'll get nothing. Nothing. Wait, I better not do that. You get nothing. You get absolutely nothing. You get nada, zero, zip, zilch. You don't get welfare. You don't get checks. You don't even, if you go to the hospital, they cuff you to the bed until you make the money to pay it, because all we're doing is incentivizing caravans of the worst from these third worlds. They're opening up their prisons, and that's what they're doing. That's what these Central American governments are. They're turning their prisoners out and say, go north, young men. Go north and rape and pillage. And you know what? Until we make our government work for us, until we tell them that they have to work for us, and we do something drastic, all of the boomers, if they want to do anything for America right now, boomers, if you're listening to me, be radical. Go do the most radical shit that you can do. Be civilly disobedient. Go do the most boomer radical shit you can think of. Like take all your money out of the bank because you're the only people that have any of it. Withdraw all your money out of the bank, and then they'll be like, oh my God, what are we going to do? They've crashed the system. You don't have to fire a shot. When I mean radical, I mean you don't have to go fight. Just take your money out. Take all your stock market. Sell everything tomorrow, you boomers. And then it's all fixed because we destroyed the system. It's got to be rebuilt. And we don't let the that are in charge now have a hand in rebuilding the new system.
Imagine if they did something like that, how fast the banks would put a hold on you pulling even like $500. You see some of these videos of people going to get like $10,000 and the bank telling them you can't have the money right now.
And if I die, I am not suicidal. I love living. I have a family that I love truly and dearly. So if they come get me, if the men in black come,
and he has a very nice neighbor that he likes too.
He likes the neighbor.
Don't come trying to kill me. I have no suicidal ideation. That's funny. You want to know something crazy? Out of the cops that got close to that freaking Anthony Weiner's laptop, there were about 10 or 12 of them. 8 of them are suicided themselves. How do you figure that stuff? Sorry.
Don't come chasing after me.
That's right. He's got a black box. That's where he keeps the dildos. That's
right.
He'll get you.
And you notice how close that is, right, John?
Yeah, that's right. Might keep one right by my bed. I got a pump shotgun. Someone do something. You better be sending in SEAL Team 17. I got cameras up. I got motion detectors up. They'll be like, this guy's fucking Rambo and he ain't never served in the military. I'm telling you, though, if we don't do something, they're going to get what they want. They're going to get what they want because our government isn't controlled by our government. Our government's controlled by something higher than our government because our president doesn't know everything. Our president answers to somebody. Question is who is that somebody? Is it a reptilian overlord? Is it a gray alien? Is it Satan himself? I don't know.
God only knows, bro.
Right.
Well, this is an easy way to tell you, or an easy way to show that the government isn't actually the ones in fucking, or like the president isn't the one in fucking control. When Trump was in office, and Trump put out an order to reduce our service members in Afghanistan, in the rest of the rest of stuff overseas.
Yeah.
He didn't do it.
They didn't do it. In fact, they didn't just not listen to him. They increased it and did not tell him.
They didn't do it until Biden got in office and then took the credit for it. That's what happened.
They didn't do it until Biden got in office, and then they screwed it all up. And
anytime picker, I have a feeling that John has aliens in his inventory. Hello, everyone.
You want to go down that road? They also left all of the weapons in Iraq for the next
Roman
to come. I'm not going to say names to get you in trouble, but look into that.
That dude's the best right there. He knows what we're talking about.
Send Roman the link if he wants to come in.
He's lived through this shit. He knows what it's like to live under a frickin' But
John will be the next president of Russia. John, when are you going to start your campaign for Russian president?
I don't want to get suicided.
But like I actually heard I heard a thing the other day, like there's an election year coming up over there pretty soon, and like there's like this year in particular, there's more elections for the political elite around the world this year than there has been in any other year in history.
That's scary. History, that's scary.
Yeah. That's wild to think about that. Sorry, can't join today, guys. Okay, maybe next time. There'll be more times.
So tomorrow apparently is the deadline for Texas and all these states that are joining Texas. I guess Oklahoma was one of the first ones. That's where I'm at. To join Texas and fight in the federal government. But tomorrow's the deadline for them to basically give in to demands. I haven't really looked too much into it.
Well, I mean, take this into consideration. When this was about a month or two ago, right?
Uh-huh.
When Texas started sending out all these migrants and stuff like that, invaders, whatever the hell you want to call them, they sent them up to Martha's Vineyard, one of the richest areas in the whole country.
Okay.
Martha's Vineyard, the people of Martha's Vineyard was like, no. We can't take anybody here.
Right.
We can't support it. We can't support these people.
The only flag you need to fly.
But they expect Martha's Vineyard, one of the richest counties in the country, can't support them, but they expect the inner cities of Chicago to do it. They expect the inner city of all of these big cities to do it, and all of these small towns to do it. Like, they're getting rid of. They kicked kids out of school. They kicked kids out of school like they did during COVID, They're like, no, you're going to go back to online learning. No more school for you because we've got to fill this school up with migrants. It's
Yeah, they're messing with
retarded.
our kids, man.
It's retarded, man.
They're
You pay taxes to send your kids to a public school, and now we're going to take the public school away from your kids so that they can not get educated.
John can't be trusted with his futuristic camera following him around in a shop.
Skynet.
Putin told me he will hunt me down inside the Goodwill bins. He said that he is too tired of my anti-communist views. Well, I like you, Roman. I like you for that.
Is that Roman? Is that everywhere
Anytime.
picker? Anytime
Yep.
picker. Hey, Roman, are you still doing liquidation, bro? I've been wanting to maybe talk to you at some point.
Yeah, America. Get Eagle Eye in here. He's more American than all of us. His DNA is full of America.
We fly.
He's only full of America because of he likes
This
the
is
P word.
the flag that I fly out in front of my store on Flag Day. It's an
Roman says Roman
It's
says
an
he doesn't
all
do
black American flag, and it means no quarter given. That means if you come to fight, I'm not going to take you as a hostage. It means I'm going to shoot you when you give up. When you wave that white flag, that's what happens. We're never getting stabbed back on the.
Come on, guys.
I'm being better than that.
I'm trying to be a good boy.
I'll have to delete this one when it's over.
My bad. I brought up Texas.
It makes me so angry. I want to go put this
No, man,
flag
like
out.
you can still talk politics and everything like that. Like I don't have a problem with that, but like I think we as the people of hell, just anywhere, I think we need to, instead of falling for all the shit that they do with us, I think we just need to get smarter about how we talk about things.
Yeah.
Use code words.
You
Maybe
know,
we should start speaking Russian.
There's a reason why some of these guys are still around on YouTube, even though they talk a little crazy. But
yeah.
and a lot of them are gone, you know. But it's because they
I blame
have
Roman.
enough common sense to not say certain words, you know.
Roman says, "Man, with this election coming up this year, wait for more crazy stuff to start happening soon." Oh yeah,
I agree.
it's going to get a lot crazier.
If it
John
gets
reminds-
crazy, if it gets crazy in Ohio, Roman, you just come on down to Missouri and you can sleep with me and Static. Bring the family.
Tornado Terry says John reminds me of Michael Scott from The Office.
Oh,
Tyler Adams says, I thought John was going to give at least a quarterback at the shop for stuff. John doesn't give anything back. He will take you.
Oh yeah, brother.
Roman says, I won't tolerate any communist takeover anymore. They can all go to China. I think that's where we should send them all. Terry Turner says John for North Korean president.
Nope.
They're gone.
I don't know. I'll find out after this.
Did they let you know they're leaving?
Who?
They-
They didn't tell me a damn thing.
They told me, they said we're going. Bye, I love
Oh
you.
my god, my kids already took a lift. They didn't even tell me.
Uh-oh.
They're
Oh,
getting
it's right
too.
next to you.
Where?
To the right.
They're getting too big. Where?
Right in front of your eyeballs, Wes.
Oh my god. Sorry, we're trying to do shipping for today. Like, I don't know, we got like 10 items to ship out right now. I just
How
dropped
many
50.
items?
Huh?
How many items you got to ship?
10. Let me check. 11.
That's a little bit, though.
Yeah, that's since last night. I dropped off 50 yesterday. And now I'm cross listing what we're talking about.
Oh,
I sent
baby.
out a bunch of stuff today.
That's Britney Spears, Roman. That's the golly. if I could have taken a run at Britney Spears, my wife would just have to sit back and watch. Not the one now, because she's a little crazy. But that Britney Spears, back when she was 21, 22. Heck, all the way up to 30, I guess. You know.
Hey, Roman, are you still doing the liquidation stores, or are you just doing Goodwill Outlet? I don't know if you understood.
No communism.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Something about Whatnot. I don't do Whatnot either, bro.
I sent out 6.
Oh, right on.
I did Whatnot for like a minute. And then I realized if I was going to, why give my stuff away whenever I can just sell it on eBay?
I thought about Whatnot, but
Roman says he does bins.
Say what?
Roman says he does bins. Goodwill bins, Amazon bins.
right on.
I sold only $40 worth of stuff today.
Wow.
Oh baby.
I didn't list. I have barely listed this week, but I ran a 30% off sale, and I've done 209 today.
That's good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I've got to get more than just clothes listed. I've been listing a ton of clothes.
I've had a shitty week though. Monday was 60. Yesterday was 73. On the last 2 Tuesdays, I've been letting eBay send the disbursement to my account, but not having the money to ship from the weekend. And
Roman does
a big day in sales. I did 225 Tuesday.
Roman does Amazon bins and Goodwill bins.
I gotta check out you do videos on that or just live?
Roman does videos on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I used to watch that guy religiously.
Where he tests all his electronics at his own OnlyFans.
When I did liquidation, and then we had a house fire.
Roman goes live on OnlyFans instead of like showing his butthole. He just shows stuff he buys at the Goodwill bins.
I mean, maybe you remember me. I'm a subscriber to you, Roman. In Flipping Goods, I think is the name. I don't put out much content.
Been flipping goods.
Was flipping goods, not been. Was kind of sometimes flips goods.
Yeah.
Roman is my favorite YouTuber to watch live besides Jason Static. Old Jason Static. The new stuff that he does, I could, I if I'm involved, I'm here.
It's kind of boring, right?
It's because we're old men now. Like we aren't,
It's like wrestling to me. It's kind of boring.
I'm not an angry son of a bitch like I was 3 years ago. Okay.
All the chemicals they've put in our water is like really like toned us down.
Right.
Oh shit!
Oh my God, the bald-headed wonder Shane is here.
Hey.
He's laying in bed with a kidney stone.
Ouch!
He's laying in bed with his vibrator up his butthole on high.
Yeah, that's the pain that he has. Yeah, like Roman says, we are old men now. We have to enjoy OnlyFans while we have the time.
John, you're sick. No, I'm not the one laying in bed with kidney stones.
Right.
I'm demented. I mean, that's just the truth. Vaping is bad. Oh, we got Terry Turner in here trying to start up a DARE program.
Good kid.
Drugs are bad, MK.
That's gonna be his gimmick.
Kidney stones suck. I've had them once in my life, and they ain't no fun.
I had them twice and puked all over the hospital, like projectile vomited, like something off The Exorcist. Like they needed a young priest and an old priest, and the power of Christ compelled me. It was.
Hopefully they pass quickly.
I hear that people that vape like wieners.
Yeah. You ever see the people that do vaping competitions?
The big old smoke they blow or what?
Yeah.
That seems
Have Have you ever seen vape competitions, John?
No, I don't watch
They actually-
anything. If
They
I want to
actually
watch,
have. They actually have nationally, like nationwide competitions for vaping.
if I want to watch someone retarded, I'll go back and watch Shane's old YouTube videos.
every time he
Yeah.
says nationally, you got to take a drink. Whoever's drinking up there.
Shane, I hope he's laughing and he hurt.
Oh, I had damn it. I had Phil laughing yesterday. He was telling me I was an asshole.
Everybody.
The VC Cloud Championships 2016 World Vapor Expo.
You know you got too much time on your hands when you're looking that kind of shit up. Buddy.
Should be listed.
Look, I'm serious.
I'm busy cross listing, bro.
VC Cloud Championships.
Have you
I'm
been
doing
doing good? Have you been doing good cross listing?
I've had 5 sales since Friday, so it's not terrible. But
That sounds pretty like it ain't gonna really pay for itself.
I think it will pay for itself. But I might have to change the kind of shit I'm sourcing to.
Everybody. Yeah.
It's taking
Roman says vaping and drinking whiskey is the best medicine that doctors don't tell you about.
Roman went.
I knew I liked this guy.
Roman went to the Goodwill the other day and he found a gun in the toy section. It was full of what was that? Roman, it wasn't whiskey. You said it was Chardonnay or something.
Oh shit! Keep the kids drunk.
He bought it. He'll be fine. It was all Roman. He bought it.
I found weed before in those liquidation stores before. All like in a
Really?
brand. Yeah.
It was cognac.
Cognac. Drank anything in my life. He's like, I can't be friends with you now. I can't no longer like
I'll
you.
no longer be friends with you, John.
I can no longer be your friends
I
with
can
you.
no longer be friends with you.
Thus be done.
You don't drink. You've never had that drink in your life.
Well, my most famous line uttered by a Russian in any movie was in Rocky 3, where I must break you. No. It wasn't that Dolph Lundgren. He goes, if he dies, he dies. I'm like, that's awesome. That's how I feel about everyone. If he dies, he dies.
Wasn't that what's his name from? He's in Rounders too, ain't he? Isn't that the guy?
Roman said, "It's funny. My friend attorney said that I can sue Goodwill for that if I want."
Y'all know,
That's funny. Could you imagine if you were just very litigious and went around and looked for things to sue people over, how much money you could literally make? You wouldn't even have to work. You just sue people for a
I
living.
might actually have to start doing that.
No.
saying that I'm not going to have a job come next Wednesday.
I'm gonna get a summons. Jason's gonna be taking me to small claims court. It's like, I have to eat in this house. I'll be like, you don't pay.
I accidentally fell into a barbed wire fence.
Oh my god! There's this floor and it has a hole in it.
I stepped in cow shit. I'm gonna sue you, John.
Cow kicked me. It's all
You're like,
John's fault.
It's a free house. He ends up owning the farm, but he lets me stay in my own house for free.
Terry Turner says $20 is $20, bro.
$20
$20 is $20.
Depends on how you get that $20, buddy.
You should be a good boy, Terry.
$20 is $20.
Hallelujah.
What'd you do today, John?
I woke up at 11:30 And then me and Megan went to the thrift store and I bought 2 Cardinals jerseys and 4 pair of pants, 3 or 4 pair of pants. And then I took her to Hardee's and got her one of her trash burgers. And then we came here to the store and she pulled our measly 3 or 4 items that we sold. And then I took her home and I came back up here and I collected money that people owed me from doing my auction. And then I took pictures of other items that needs to go on the auction. I need to set up my next auction. And I moved all my stuff along the wall over here, so it's no longer out here in the middle anymore. So it looks a little bit better in here. I'm kind of happy with that. Yeah. And so that's pretty much, it was pretty non-listing. I'm actually, what I do is I take pictures, like I'm getting ready to do a draft for this. And I list it, then I go take my pictures for it. And when I go home and go to bed tonight, dreaming about Roman, I lay in bed and I list my drafts. And I go, if only Roman was here, it would make everything perfect. And
Roman says, can you imagine reseller YouTube content? They will make videos about me trying to sue Goodwill.
Roman sold, because they would be like, what a bunch of bullshit. They'd be like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. What's that little kid? That's bullshit. That little boy. You can't.
It would be funny. I sued Goodwill.
Hey, this is embarrassing, but since we're talking about this, I sat in a chair in Goodwill one time right in front of my brother-in-law, and that shit ripped right through. I'm a big guy, right? I fell so hard. He's like, stay down. But I'm not that kind of guy. But yeah.
I was sitting on a thing at Goodwill one time. It was like a table, and the thing just exploded out from under me. Like I was probably in my mid-30s. Yeah. And it just disappeared. Like it like went into another universe, flat on the floor. Bloop. And I go, and they all laughed at me. All the Goodwill employees came out and laughed at me after they knew I was okay. Oh, I was good friends. I was good friends with all of them. I was in there all the time. That was back when you could walk into Goodwill, and I literally found a Super Nintendo in the freaking box one time.
Nice.
Mm. Do you think people who do, this is a question I have because of a video I seen the other day. Do you think people are artificially inflating like prices of shit? You know, in the reselling game? You
mean on YouTube, or what are you talking about?
Like mainly people that do like reselling content.
Yes. If you do your research, a lot of them, not all of them, you go look at stuff. It's a lot of bullshit. You just got to watch who you watch. That's my opinion.
You know, like say for instance, you know, like I was talking to you guys earlier when you guys came in about the action figure prices and stuff like that. Like,
right.
How does it fluctuate that much of a degree over the course?
I think it's Goodwill that's doing it more than anyone. I think they shill bid their own stuff up on their side.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I went to Goodwill the other day. I went to the one in Festus, right?
Right.
And Festus Goodwill's prices are pretty decent. Some things that I've seen in there are like but then I went to one up in Baldwin the same day.
Right.
And like I don't remember what was it? It was
penis.
No, I don't remember what it was, but like it was, there was two of the same, like there was something in Festus that was in the Festus Goodwill, and it was also in the Baldwin Goodwill.
Right.
In Festus it was like $4. In Baldwin it was like $15.
That's just how it is regionally, bro. Like I've been pretty much from Tennessee to California, and it just depends on the story.
But from Baldwin to Festus is only like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like each store prices differently. It's whoever's in the back pricing their shit. They don't have like a. They might have like a cheat sheet of what they pulled if they sell online, but
Right.
the people in the back, they don't. Most of them, a lot of them, it's like job placement for them, right? So
Right. Okay.
they're not all equally skilled in what they're doing. If that makes
Right.
sense.
'Cause the reason I was asking is because like I seen the video and they were talking. The guy was talking specifically about like resellers who sell like video games.
Yeah.
Because like what video games like you like John said, you used to be able to get video like now you can't even get cheap, ridiculous video games for cheap. Now even like the cheapest of the cheapest video games are still like wildly crazy expensive.
That's because everybody.
That I've got listed that I can't get $9 for. But the stuff that's really going crazy right now is the graded stuff. And
Yeah.
that's a whole scam. That's a whole thing
Yeah.
that's going on right now. And
Yeah.
I think that there's a couple of YouTubers out there that are Phoenix Resells and a couple of those guys that are artificially inflating the prices of stuff. I wouldn't doubt if they didn't buy a bunch of stuff and then now they're out there trying to artificially inflate the prices of it so that they can make money off of it. It's my opinion.
Well, yeah, because like that's the rule of supply and demand. Like if you have all the supply,
Oh my God, that was way too much.
like if you have 500 of one item, and there's 550 listings, and you have 500 of them, like you control the market.
If there's enough supply and demand on the supply, I mean, you get
Well, that's
500.
If you own 75% of the supply,
Yeah,
you
as long as there's
you-
enough people to buy, yeah.
right? Cleveland Goodwill prices are high as F recently, but also depends. Some stuff they miss and price are very low. If you drive about 40 minutes south of Cleveland, prices at Goodwill are much lower. Okay.
I think the card market would be a lot harder to manipulate if that's what you're referring to, though, because you got so many card shows and all that shit. It's not just eBay.
Right. Well, I'm just talking about in general, like, like whether it be, stores artificially inflating prices, or card shows, video game people, online stuff, like, I mean, and I know a lot of it has to do with like economics, how it is economically at the time too.
Yeah.
But like seeing the ridiculousness of where prices are, and then where some prices are, and then where some of them are. It's kind of like the people back in the day that artificially inflated the price of the Disney Black Diamond DVD or VHS.
You still see that around now. My wife will be like, "Oh, no, it ain't worth that."
Yeah, no. Like, because that's what I'm talking about. Like, like that's like people that artificially inflate prices to get people. And a lot of that stuff come up as a scam. Like, a lot of it was just money laundering.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
I thought you were going to say artificially inseminated.
Yeah, that too. Tyler says figure prices are while like a basic LA night online is going for 30 to 40. Yet now that it's coming out in February, you can get it at a retail price finally for $12.99. Yeah. Roman says Goodwill basically has management teams that control prices regionally and just price everything without rhyme or reason. Okay.
That makes sense.
Freaking love.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of the reason I'm asking this is like, is like actually thinking about how much do we actually artificially inflate like even us not knowing if we do it. You know, like how much, you know, like the way that things come back in the realm. You know, like records and collectibles and just other random stuff. Like how stuff goes crazy sometimes. Like used shoes at my local Goodwill are priced between $15 and $40, but if you drive 40 minutes south of Cleveland, shoe prices at Goodwill be $5.59, $6.50. Yeah, and Goodwill gets everything for free.
Yeah. Greedwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are y'all excited for the Royal Rumble?
I'm thinking about watching it, but I got to go source all day. So
I'll be at work, so it's not.
What you gonna do?
I think Hulk Hogan's going to win the Rumble.
What
that
you
makes
gonna-
sense.
If he came back to wrestle one more match, that should be something we try to get done.
Yeah.
I think if MJF shows up to Royal Rumble, I'm done watching AEW for a while.
Why is that?
Just like look how bad they fumbled with CM Punk. It's hard for me to watch because of that, bro. To be honest, without being too negative.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you want to believe everything that happened with that whole thing or not, like, I was saying that whoever, whether it was Punk, Jungle Boy, or even the Young Bucks, I was like, they should have all been fired.
Yeah.
All of them. That was my, I don't care who's at fault, they should all be fired. Like, whether it didn't matter who started it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
they could have drawn so much money if they would have just acted like adults.
I would have given the guys an ultimatum. I would have been like, okay, you could either be fired or we can run this as a feud and make a bunch of money off of it.
Right.
Your choice. Either be fired or make money. And if they picked, if they didn't want to do it, then okay, get your walking papers, buddy.
And we talked about the high flying, like all the spots, the spot fest stuff, and there's not enough storytelling. I was big, like we've had arguments, me and you, Static, about AEW, WWE. I was big AEW for a long time, but
I know
it just got. I don't want to be too negative. It has went downhill. Like Tony Khan needs to get help for booking.
Yeah.
Like episodic TV, like I said, it needs to be more story driven, in my opinion. Then I'll get my interest again. But without that, I don't. Yeah. I think the next thing I'll watch probably is Sting's last match.
Do you think Okada? Where do you think Okada's going to go?
Like, I'm not a real big New Japan guy, so I mean, like Okada, okay. I've seen the only match I ever seen with Okada actually was probably the second New Japan AEW pay-per-view. I went to, me and my wife went to AMC and watched it.
Yeah.
That was cool, but that was the only time I've ever seen the guy. So it's like, he's not CM Punk. He's not going to draw the crowd and the people that he could have for the product, in my opinion. He's not an American.
Right. I mean, America's a notoriously hard market to hit.
Yeah.
Especially for foreign talent.
I think you could put some amazing matches with some of those guys in AEW, but without storytelling, does it matter?
Right. Right.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's how I feel.
Like we're like, just by only seeing them that one time, like where do it and you don't you don't know a whole lot about them. I know a lot about them because I wouldn't say I watched New Japan a lot, but I follow a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't sit down and watch it every week, but I do follow a lot of this stuff. But like, if you've seen how he presents himself, how do you feel? What company do you feel would present him the best?
At this point, I think anybody I can't not be negative when I say it.
As a
I'm going to say
fan.
WWE, and I'm just going to stop because I don't want to keep going. Does that make sense?
Why
And
would you?
That's a big change for me because they have the machine behind them that AEW does not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I think no, but I agree with you. I agree that I feel Okada, even though he might not get to the point of where like, like where he's like a top guy.
Yeah.
But I think he would be better presented like on a visual aspect.
They know how to promote, and Tony Khan, unfortunately, he does too much and doesn't give any of that power, like that control away. He's too similar to the old Vince McMahon, to be honest. That's being negative, but
Yeah.
he needs to get a team behind him, and like if you listen to you like to listen to podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I agree a lot with Eric Bischoff on AEW.
Yeah, I agree. Disco and Conan say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I think it works best when you have like Bischoff said something the other day when he was talking about the Hook in Samoa Joe angle. This was probably about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And he said that he really enjoyed the Hook promo. That little 40, it was maybe like a 60-second promo that Hook did outside, and he was standing out in the rain eating pizza.
I didn't see it.
And he was talking about how he's and it was very short, direct, and to the point. He goes, and it was right around this whole. It got overlooked. It got overlooked because. Take it easy, Roman.
See you, Roman.
Thanks for coming in, brother.
But
But it got overlooked because of the whole thing with the gender and Tony Khan thing that happened online the other day.
I'll have to go back and watch it. Like right now, I got YouTube TV. I haven't had it in months because I could watch the 49ers the other day in the playoffs.
But
Probably gonna have to pay for it. But
anyways, essentially what Bischoff said about it, he goes, I like the way that this was presented. He goes, if AEW presented everything in that realm, because Hook was the babyface in the feud, and Joe was the heel.
Yeah.
And Hook came in knowing that he probably wasn't going to win, and he even said, he goes, "Who the hell am I?" Type thing. So he made himself an aspirational character. He made the people want to see him by being, going in there and being gritty and
right.
making the people actually care about him to see in hopes that he will win.
They've been building that seed for Hook for a few years, a little bit here and there. I know you probably didn't watch as much of it as I did back then.
I watch a lot of clips.
Okay. Now it's cool. It's cool to see him getting that, but
he
still doesn't have a lot of like wrestling experience.
Oh, I mean, it's because he's in college right now.
Is he?
Yeah. And one thing that AEW does is they let people. Some of the reasons that you don't see people so often.
Yeah.
Is like there's a handful of my Hook. I think Billy Starks, and there's a couple other people. I can't remember. There's like maybe 4 or 5, and they're all in college. So they're letting all these young guys and girls go to college and
That's
come
good.
back whenever they want to. I heard Okada is going to NXT and AEW is going back to rankings. Where'd you hear that Okada is going to NXT?
I heard about the rankings. I forget who I heard talking about Okada and NXT, and they were basically saying, other than getting a little bit of training for the hard cam, from Shawn Michaels,
Right.
it'd be a complete waste.
Yeah, I agree. I think actually showing up in NXT, I could understand going down to NXT, not to do shows, but like just going down there to train, and then put him on the main show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think a good story to bring him in would be with him and Shinsuke, because they do have a history.
Do they?
Yeah.
I like Shinsuke, but and he never really got the push here. Like I would think Okada would be similar. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to be like Hook with American, audience. Everybody loved Taz, right? He has the it factor, right? He could be a huge star for AEW. He's a small guy, but he could be huge.
Yeah.
I don't think Okada could draw that many, people.
Yeah. I like how I've always liked that. I've liked the Hook character. I just wish they would do more with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally know what you mean. It's like they give you a little taste, and it's like they're building it. Maybe he's being trained, whatever's going on.
Yeah. Well, that and I don't like how they I don't like how they have him like the Goldberg thing, where he just comes in and he wrecks people, and that's the whole entire match.
Yeah, that's an Ultimate Warrior. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to see a little bit more, like him actually have a match instead of just him in there wrecking people.
Yeah. What the hell was that?
Because I mean, to me that's kind of over. That kind of thing is like kind of overdone. And considering the fact that he's not a very big guy, like to just have him going in there and just smashing people left and right in a matter of seconds is just, it's not as believable to me.
Well, they did the same thing with what's her name that ended up in WWE after Cody. What was her name?
Jade Cargill.
Yeah. It was such a waste.
Yeah. Okada's been a rumor for a bit, probably to have eyes on them on CW. Okay. That makes sense. See NXT, they could do Okada versus Shinsuke because they've been using mid-card talent a lot lately on NXT. Okay, yeah. That could make sense.
You got any big predictions for the Rumble?
Nah, not really.
Commander Savage is going to come back as one of the guests.
Benoit's going to join.
He's going to run down the ring.
I think it's going to end up being between Cody and Punk.
Yeah,
the final two.
It kind of felt like they were teasing maybe Cody and Punk at Royal Rumble, and if what's his name, not Roman, the other guy. So that's how much I watch WWE. If Seth is like hurt more than they think,
Yeah,
like
I think the Rumble is going to come down to Cody and Punk.
Yeah. Unless there's like a surprise 30th entrant who, like The Rock, that would be, what pissed people would be.
Yeah, I don't see him doing that.
What do you think? That's the only thing I heard you say. What about The Rock joining TKO board of directors?
It's TKO. I mean, it's not WWE. It's TKO.
The Rock says, "Know your role."
It's not storyline driven since they gave him $30 million in credit. I mean, on credit and stock.
Right.
I guess he'd be in storyline. He's ahead of the table, but they might still use it. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Big week for wrestling news, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
You watch wrestling anymore, John?
No. Unless it's like indie wrestling, I have no desire.
Midget wrestling? John has a fascination with midget wrestling.
I do. That's why I brought Static right into my training camp.
Oh, shit. Special
John's secretly training wrestlers out here on the farm.
That's right. But we wrestle in the barn.
Static's
Yeah.
coming out of retirement. You
Yeah.
heard it here first. I got the
John's been training me in the barn.
Make sure Shane's not here. He might get jealous.
With whips and chains.
Shane left us. He won't stick around too long. He came in to try to put his jabs out there, and that was it.
Yeah.
He came in to give the left and the right.
He came in just to tell us about his kidney stones, and then he bounced.
He wanted some of that.
Ty says, "Give me the Rock all day." So you
Vern Gagne style. Heck yeah.
So let's say Rock and Roman's the main event of Mania. Who's the second main event?
It'll be whoever's got the belt, Seth's belt.
So it'll be, if Seth can go, it'll be him and Punk.
I think whoever wins the Rumble is going to go for Seth's belt.
You know what's sad? If I watch the Rumble, it'll be the first time I've watched in I don't know how long ago. A long time.
I can tell you the last time that I watched a live Rumble, last time I watched any live wrestling event was 1995 Survivor Series.
Oh my
And that was
God.
the last time I watched anything wrestling live.
That'll be the last time I ask that question then.
I'm not saying I just don't have no interest in it. Like, I don't have people, like, I'm not going to sit there and jack off to the TV myself. I'm going to have a bunch of guys around me, and we're going to jack off together. Oh, wrestling. It ain't no fun to watch by yourself.
Right.
It's like the fighting thing they do out in Las Vegas. Like, I like
UFC.
that,
UFC.
but I never find anyone that likes to watch it. I'm not going to sit there and be my wife. I'll be like, oh my God, look at that. Because that's something I actually did, was take martial arts. I know what the hell they're doing. I don't know what the reverse superplex cross-face chicken wing is. I have no idea what that stuff is.
John's a real fighter.
I've come close to getting my ass kicked a few times, but there's always something inside of me. It's like, it's morphin' time. And then, like, once you start trying to gouge people's eyes out and stuff, I've just never fought anyone meaner than me. I guess that's the problem.
John won't even watch the Cardinals alone. It's
Even
just not fun anymore.
Hey, that's one thing I learned today. John's going to opening day.
No, she won't. If she don't buy the tickets, I have no interest in baseball ever since they brought politics into it.
Yeah. How about football? Same still? I never cared.
I don't have no desire. They ruined it for me. They ruined sports for me forever. Because now I think because here's the deal, like, half the people out there are minorities, and if I think they hate me, why do I want to watch their shit?
I don't think half the people hate you.
I think they do. I think they do. I think that's the way I think. You're not going to change my mind by telling me they don't. You don't think I haven't thought that? Like, well, maybe they really don't. But then you hear them talk, and you hear them, what they feel about people that have my complexion, and I'm like, they hate me, so I'm not going to give them my money. I could care less. I was on the fence about it anyways.
I hear you. My feeling on that is that's a whole lot of bullshit spread by the media.
Yeah, well, I've seen them taking knees and shit like that, so.
Yeah.
I do think that there is a section of people in this country that dislikes this country.
Oh yeah, that's
for whatever reason it is.
Oh, I'm probably in that section too. I have reasons why I dislike this country too, but I never felt that I had ever done another group of people wrong in any way. And then when they started telling me I did, and then you're just like, oh, so you're telling me I am. Okay, well then I guess I am. Like, that's me. Like, if my wife's like, you're fucking around on me, I'd be like, I guess I am. Let's go find one. You're going to accuse me.
Tyler figured it out. John only cares about three things: picking, reselling, and Megadeth.
That's right. And I don't give two shits really about Megadeth. I just like Dave Mustaine's politics. I don't really give a shit about the music. He won't be taking no knee at a Megadeth concert.
That's good.
He wins me over by just hearing him talk. I'm like, this fucking dude's awesome. I think he bitches a little too much about Metallica. I mean, I could understand you're laying in bed and like James Hetfield and fucking Lars comes in and be like, fuck you, today you're leaving and we're replacing you with this little short, scrawny guy. Like, I would like to know what Metallica would look like. I mean, he would not have made it. He would not have made it in Metallica. Hey, he was too many bulls. Him and Lars and James, like they would have just fucking killed each other. But he did create some good music by himself. Nowhere near the tier of Metallica, though. Like, Metallica's got crazy music. Just awesome.
I didn't know he has his own music. First time I heard him was Alex Jones, and that's probably 10 years ago.
Oh, Dave Mustaine?
Yeah.
He's he's not the best singer, but I'll give him. I buy his shirts and T-shirts, and I'll support him just like I support Alex Jones.
Yeah.
That's the legend right there.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that name on YouTube.
That's the GOAT right there.
Alex Jones was right about everything,
except for one thing. He got sued for a billion, like $5 billion.
I still think he was right about that, but you can't fight City Hall.
That's about the time I stopped listening to him when I heard him say that. Like, I didn't want to take a stance on it. I had little kids at the time. It was kind of like, it's a little over the edge for me, I don't know.
But I mean, even like there's actually like there's documented proof of like in the span of however many years it was after that.
Yeah.
He literally only talked about it for like 30 minutes in a span of like years.
Yeah.
And they sued the guy for like $5 billion for 30 minutes of airspace over a course of like 5 years.
And they shouldn't have been able to sue him because he should have been protected by his. That's what I'm saying. Like they rule from the bench. They overrule the Constitution, and they'll never get that money. He's not paying it now.
No,
yeah.
I doubt it.
Tyler says he's not the best singer. Who, Alex Jones or Dave Mustaine?
Either. They both kind of sound.
One thing that always kind of made me a little iffy, or not iffy about Alex Jones, but all the people around him that would work for him that would leave. Loose change guy, what's his name? The young kid. He's pretty older now, but
yeah, I think he was an alcoholic megalomaniac. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's got some screw looses, but does he deserve to get sued for $1 billion fucking for saying that the government came in and killed kids? I mean, the government gave black people syphilis. The government was willing to start a third World War III over fucking Cuba and blame it on someone else. I'm like, the government killed millions of indigenous people so they could steal their land. Like, it's not too far that they wouldn't shoot up a school to blame it on
the government tormented and sent letters to Martin Luther King to get him to try to kill himself.
Yeah, and the government killed John F. Kennedy, so there's that too.
Yeah,
lots of things.
Yeah, so it's not so far out of the realm of possibilities that they would do some wild shit.
The government used atomic weapons on 2 cities on civilians.
We're the first ones, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, excuse me, well, I tell you, I mean, they took troops and marched them out in the desert and go, we're going to make a big explosion over there. Why don't you watch it? Yeah, so the government's not exactly our,
our friends.
Yeah,
They're not our friends, and they don't care about us.
Was it John or Ronald Reagan that says the scariest thing you can hear is "We're from the government. We're here to help."
Right.
You know, I was in a lot better. What was it last year? No, a little over a year ago. I felt a lot more comfortable with shit hitting the fan where I used to live than I do now. I try not to think about it too much because now I'm downtown Oklahoma City, you know?
Is it because you're in the city?
Yeah. Yeah. Before I was in like 500 people, you know. I was the outcast. I was the person that didn't belong, but they were all welcoming me, you know? Sorry about that. I'm waiting for my kids.
Oklahoma. What city?
Oklahoma, where the
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Where are your kids at now? Are they out bowling again?
I don't know what the hell they're doing, to be honest. Mom knows. They're getting out and getting. I don't know. Getting out and it's kind of shit I was doing at that age. Hopefully they're not, but I don't know, bro. I'm working. Making memories, I guess. Huh?
Making memories, your babies or something. You can't stop them.
Well, let's hope they're not out making babies.
No, I didn't say babies. What the?
I just like to mess with Wesley and make him think that he's going to be a grandpa.
At some point, I'm sure I will. I got 3 daughters. 20, 19, and 17, bro. That's scary, man.
It is getting cold in here.
20 years old, huh?
She's in Job Corps. She's doing pretty good. She's an autistic one. She said, I'm getting the hell out of here. So, good for her.
She says, I'm leaving in a jet plane.
Don't know if I'm back. Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. I can't remember. I know the lyrics, kind of. If I heard it, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I know a little bit.
I been I want to see Wesley put on a cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat.
Yeah, Wes, put on one of the cowboy hats and start singing and dance a little jig for us, please.
You got a tip jar?
I want you to sing that.
Yeah, we have I have a tip jar. It goes straight to my PayPal.
Oh shit!
That ain't my truck in her drive. Why don't you sing that song for me?
Who's watching? The government?
At this point, it's just the three of us. Terry's done went to bed. He's got school in the morning.
Government's always watching.
Probably the FBI and Tyler, and he's probably a member of the CIA.
Well, I mean, you definitely have Eric's. Eric's probably the one that's not talking, the lurker.
Yeah, Eric.
He's busy working.
Not Eric Dominic, but Nat Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska.
Eric, is that you? Are you hiding?
Nebraska Eric, he's actually Jason's CIA handler.
It's probably me and you. I got it open too, so yeah.
I don't have it open. I shut mine down. So one's Tyler and the other one's you.
Yeah, I don't have it open either. I just have StreamYard open.
Oh, I got it open. I got it paused though.
Oh, somebody popped in. Who is it?
I don't even know where the kids went. My wife said, "Did they tell you they were leaving?" They were talking about it, and I told them I wasn't taking them.
They take your car?
No, they know better than that.
Are they old enough to drive?
They are, but they don't.
There he is. I knew it. I knew the one person was him.
That's the Eric that was in the chat the other day, right?
Yeah. I knew it, Eric.
That's the
You're
Eric.
CIA handler. He knows everything.
he has a 1998 compact Presario in his bedroom with his silk lampshade. He brings the women home and he goes, "You like my lampshade, baby? You like it? You think that's a good lampshade?"
Have you ever seen a vintage lamp before?
Have you ever seen my? You want to see my other lampshade?
I can give you a lampshade if you want one. I've got a whole collection of lampshades.
Come to the basement.
And put the lotion on the skin.
It's cold in Nebraska. I need you.
Put the lotion on the skin. Put the lotion on the skin, or you get the lampshade again.
I need your skin to keep me warm. He's like, "You guys got me figured out. Now I'm coming to Missouri, and it's going to be a twofer. A twofer. I can kill you both."
Put us in a big giant hole on the farm.
You guys watch too much bullshit.
I'm watching a lot about.
There was actually a serial killer in Missouri, in the 80s, I believe it was, and it was an old man and old woman, and they actually killed their farm hands, and they would take the insurance money from it, and they ended up getting found out, and like there was like 7 people that they killed. It's called the Chillicothe murders.
You ever watch the Howard Stern where the serial killer called in and killed only hookers?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
My wife watches all that shit. I don't know. Not my thing.
Freaking hungry.
Yeah, God, what was that guy? The serial killer. Chillicothe serial killer.
Yeah.
'80s.
Parking pricks of the Midwest. Straddle Prick and Farmington Mo. Thanks, B, for the submission.
Yeah, 5 people. This is it right here. Ray and Faye Copeland.
How would you let them? That guy couldn't. How's he killing people?
He would. The story goes is he would he was a farmer, so he had a bunch of farm hands, and they would this needs fixed, da 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 da, and while they were fixing something and not paying attention, he'd walk up and shoot him in the back of the head.
Damn.
Yeah. But I actually have ties to this.
What?
Yeah.
Did you see the post in the group where somebody chucked in some guts into some dude's car here in town? Yeah, but that was pretty gross. I don't know why somebody would be like, "Oh, let me chuck some guts into." See that?
Is that real?
Yeah. Looks like a kidney and some intestines and liver. Look at the side of that dude's car.
But why would they do that?
I have no idea, but It happened here in town.
Weird.
I don't. What's funny is the girl that has that million YouTube channel that lives here locally, Justine. She said that's some serial killer shit right there. And I was
Right?
like, oh my god, huh?
I said right.
I said someone doesn't like you personally. I would get a gun because that's some drug cartel mafia shit.
Yeah, that's weird. So they were parked at some random place and it happened, or they were driving and it happened?
Huh?
Were they driving, or they were in somewhere and then they came out and that was like that?
It just came out like that. Like they weren't in the car and someone threw guts in on them. They just somebody drove by and like chucked the guts in there.
Oh shit! So the car was parked. What you're saying?
Yeah.
That's weird. Thought maybe they did some bad driving and somebody threw some shit at them that they had, or who knows.
I mean, how do you clean that out? Like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird.
A little. Pretty
A
weird.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot weird.
Right. So I want to know how you have ties to this other thing you were talking about.
My cousin, his biological dad, went missing around that time,
Oh shit.
and he was a farmhand that worked on farms
Hmm.
all around Missouri, and his last known whereabouts was in that area.
Cold case, huh?
And they haven't. He was never actually found on the farm, but and he hasn't been heard from since.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
We used to have, my wife was a mobile home park manager. We had an old lady who, her son was out of Vegas, little town outside of Vegas. Her son has been disappeared since the 80s. No word, nothing. She would claim that someday he's going to come through that door. And it was a little weird, but felt bad for her. No answers, since the 80s, bro. It's crazy.
As a father, I definitely feel for her.
Yeah, no doubt. So I've been letting my eBay slack this week because I've been doing this cross listing shit. Better be worth it.
Well, I mean, if you're getting, you said you sent out 50.
Yeah, but that's mostly eBay. I've only sent 5 since I've been cross listing. And I cross listed like 100 Friday, and then I sold like 4. I've now cross listed another like 600. I've only sold 1 more, so I don't know. I'm hoping the weekend it'll pick up. Sales have been kind of slow.
Been slow for me, but I haven't sourced anything like
Yeah.
auction, like major sourcing. in 2 months.
You talk to a lot of other resellers, all right?
I mean, sometimes.
Wondering if you had heard like people complaining about slow sales or anything.
I mean, there's people out there complaining about it, but if you're finding good stuff, you're selling.
Right.
And if you're not finding good stuff, you're not selling. Like if I'm trying to sell this water bottle, I'm probably going to be screwed. But
Yeah.
if I'm selling Samsung telephones, I'm probably doing okay, because people want those,
I'm selling a lot of bin shit, but it's like low, but it's easy to get.
You got to sell the stuff that people want.
Yeah.
Because,
Trying not to get too much. Like I started. Okay, gotta be positive. I started listening to certain, like Jason asked the question earlier. Do you think people are misleading on YouTube a little bit with prices or whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's not with what I source the liquid or not. I used to do liquidation, but I go to the Goodwill outlet right now, and I only buy hard goods or like belts or something. Like I don't mess with clothes unless it's a small item that'll ship in a poly mailer, basically.
Right.
There's hardly any content out there about that stuff. Most of it is like long tail media or bullshit like toys that gonna sit there for cake toppers or whatever.
Right.
It doesn't move fast, man. But it's kind of when I start watching a lot of that, I kind of start going down that rabbit hole of buying that kind of shit. Sometimes it'll sell, but then I try to avoid it if that makes sense. I hate saying that if that makes sense. I try to go to the algorithm. Maybe you know how to search YouTube better, Jason. I'll go to YouTube, right, and I'll look at Goodwill outlet, and all I will see is clothing, and it's a waste of time for me.
You said you what?
All I'll see is clothing, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll try to put other keywords like hard goods or electronics, and
Right.
if you do find videos, it's based off of people going to buy for themselves versus reselling.
Right. All right, everybody. Well, we've been going for 2 hours, 48 minutes, and we're going to close it down because it looks like John's getting ready to go. So I'm going to go too. Be sure to come back to the next stream. I'm not sure when that is. It might be Sunday. Who knows? But go check out Rad Relics. Go check out the website. We are 138co.com. Check out the eBay. Check out all that stuff. Be sure to like and subscribe if you've watched this far. Take it easy and peace.
Make it sleazy.